Do you hear the whispers of the night? What if they speak of something more? A place where shadows breathe and the sky hides secrets. Could you face the truth? Stay until the end to understand everything. In the quaint village of Tiznit, nestled in the heart of Morocco, an unsettling tale unfolds that has gripped the region since the summer of 1993. It was during the sweltering nights of June that local residents began to hear strange noises, sounds that cut through the otherwise tranquil atmosphere like a knife. Witnesses reported a distant humming that rose and fell, almost musical but thoroughly unnatural. Children clutched their mothers, eyes wide with terror, as they listened to the echoes of something lurking in the dark. Eyewitness accounts flooded in from various corners of the village, radiating fear that blazed through the tight-knit community. One particularly harrowing night, a group of teenagers decided to investigate. Armed with nothing but flashlights and their bravado, they wandered into the surrounding olive groves. It wasn't long before whispers turned into screams. They alleged that they spotted an otherworldly object floating above the trees, a disc-like shape pulsating with an eerie glow. It hung motionless for a moment before shooting off into the night sky, leaving behind a gale of wind that sent dirt swirling around them. The adults of Tiznit, typically grounded in reason, found their fears rekindled and amplified by these bizarre events. The legend began to intertwine with their culture. The supernatural had manifested in their midst, something that beckoned them to question what they thought they knew. Historical fears of the unknown prevailed, spurred on by legends of jinn and other celestial beings that danced on the fringes of their beliefs. In these more vulnerable moments, the lines between reality and lore can blur dramatically. And for the residents of Tiznit, it did so with chilling effects. But why did so many people see the same thing? The media began picking up the story weeks later. News outlets reported an influx of UFO sightings across Morocco, linking Tiznit's disturbances with a growing national concern about what residents now termed the skylights. The reports circulated, each more sensational than the last, almost like a fever dream rippling through a complacent society. As the phenomenon spread, earlier settlers of the village recounted ancient tales that warned of sky demons, their silhouettes haunting the wind during moonless nights. Further compounding the legend, two police officers documenting the surge of missing cattle in the area reported hearing frantic whispers at the same time, only to discover livestock had been found disoriented and bearing strange burn marks. They submitted a report, number 9347A, stating their disbelief yet acknowledging the community's rising hysteria. Open records indicated they dismissed the claims as a livestock disease, but whispers behind closed doors hinted otherwise. Residents began forming community meetings where they shared their experiences, forging connections through something they couldn't quite define. Rumors circulated about sightings of tall, slender beings hovering near the village on moonless nights, driving groups to keep vigil, hoping to catch a glimpse. Many families erected talismans or engaged in rituals to ward off entities they could not understand nor confront directly. New prayers were whispered, older practices revived. The legend of Tiznit reached its peak when, in early July, a local journalist published high-resolution photographs claiming to capture the object on film. The images were ambiguous, blurry, and distorted, but they sent shockwaves through the community nonetheless. There were no credible explanations for what had been caught on camera, nor could anyone definitively claim it was nothing more than a trick of light or camera malfunction. This ambiguity only fueled the town's obsession. Satellite images were pulled from military databases. Some military personnel took interest, leading to speculative but ultimately unverified reports of unusual radar activity in the Tiznit region. As the summer progressed, the activities seemed to quiet down, fading into a distant echo of intrigue. Yet the impact on Tiznit lingered. Signs were placed on the outskirts of the village reading, "Beware the watchers of the night," as the fear had transformed into a cultural phenomenon. What if those they feared were still among them? The local government even issued bans on nighttime gatherings due to heightened anxiety regarding unexplained phenomena. To this day, observance of such signs evokes an air of solemnity amongst the villagers who pass by. There exists a designated spot near the olive groves, marked quietly as a memorial for those who sought to interact with the unknown and who returned forever altered by their experiences. To this day, the specter of July 1993 has left an indelible mark on Tiznit. Visitors report strange feelings of being watched, increase in anxiety depending on the weather, and sometimes, inexplicably, claims of seeing shapes hovering in the evening fog. The phenomenon may have faded from wider news but still casts a long shadow. Rumors of strange lights in the sky continue to swirl, like the very dust blown up across the fields. Those who have heard the tales pass them down around flickering campfires, the teller's eyes reflecting something entrancing, yet terrifying. What truly happened in Tiznit remains shrouded in mystery, a phenomenon documented, debated, and ever elusive. Is it merely a story unfolding through the village of Tiznit, or is there something darker lurking in the skies? The unseen visitors, the whispered fears, never far from mind. Be cautious when the night falls. After all, no one knows what might be watching. If you enjoyed this chilling account and wish to delve deeper into stories that straddle the line between folklore and reality, consider subscribing for more tales of the unexplained.